His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narrative about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Comot Town, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. If that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, practically dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you Weah vex that you will stop the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he would have fallen in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commenced the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Your respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah. Ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court, they got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gregory Coma today, he worked in the previous administration when Weah came, he also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how we had always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they cared. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to proud in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. A bad person, George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. Forever. Never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. A bad person, George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
Going forward today, from today, Joseph Boakai and myself, President Boakai and myself, we are not related. He's not my uncle. I am not his nephew. My name is Honorable Yeke Yapawolo Kolba, Representative District Number 10, and he's the president of this country. When you want to call me, he will not call me nephew. I will not answer. I don't know him. He and myself got no relationship. The relationship between us is 60% Lebron for want to change, and the change has come. And we must deliver. And I will not join you to feel the Lebron if you have to feel. We need our right to talk. We need our right to protest. Let me say a big thank you to former President George Weah for maintaining the peace. Because where we were at that time, when our aim and form, if we are not going to maintain the peace, we are going to force him to maintain the peace. I want to say a very big thank you to you, former President Weah. Thank you for maintaining the peace. I appreciate you, and I really appreciate you.
These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Boakai, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired. Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him paper. Every day I gotta buy a paper. There's a man who bought me paper before. I'm buying paper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he himself said it. He said, when you run for one term, he himself said it. I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest, find somebody else. These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Boakai, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired.
Okay.
Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This will have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. Everything good, but the brain is going down. Good, but the brain is going down. Good, but the brain is going down. It's going down. Going down. You're not down. You're not holding the end. You're moving down the hill. This, but the brain is going down. But the brain is going down. It's going down. You're not holding the end. You're moving. The brain is going down. Good, but the brain is going down. Good, but the brain is going down. Good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end. You're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him paper. Every day I gotta buy a paper. There's a man who bought me paper before. I'm buying paper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man
could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term, he himself said it. I agree with him. 17 and run for this. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term and run for this. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term. He himself said it. I agree with him. 2023, no.
The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. They old. He take Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you as president. The Omer is old. He take to produce vice president. Our prayer. When you attend to them, man, the Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? Against our prayer for you to produce vice president. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for you. Can he go everywhere? No.
Joseph Boakai is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. No argument. He is too old to be a modern-day president. He has collapsed several times, meaning he is frail and he is weak. No argument. Joseph Boakai is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. No argument. He is too old to be a modern-day president. He has collapsed several times, meaning he is frail and he is weak. He has collapsed several times, meaning he is frail and he is weak. He has collapsed several times, meaning he is frail and he is weak. He has collapsed several times, meaning he is frail and he is weak. He has collapsed several times, meaning he is frail and he is weak. No argument. He is unpatriotic because, one, he lied to us. Two, all the jobs he held, he did nothing. And the 43 years he served in government was marked by massive fraud, waste, and abuse. And most importantly, rampant corruption. As far as the citizenship is concerned, it is in question.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel. What kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
For to God we must acknowledge he is the God who hovers us with his grace and providential presence. He kept watch over us throughout the night and has set us into this day. Another day again, glorious it is, the first day, significant day, very day, iconic it is. So we are grateful to God Almighty, the Creator, and thank you again for coming on. We are inspired by your presence. Fatu Konen, Kakata Magibi County, David Lavla Coleman, Block Titan Iron Factory. Yes, you said happy birthday to our president, acknowledged David Lavla Coleman, Emmanuel Quaya, Bon County, Woki Davids, Atlanta, Texas, Malu Fofana, 20th Street. You send your birthday greetings to, you said, D. King. Great, acknowledged. Paris Slober, New Jersey, welcome. Divine Folly, you are on. That's great. Tina Cooper, your birthday greetings you sent to the king. You said, our king, happy birthday, our king, acknowledged. Tina Cooper. Juju Onwe, yes, you are on with your birthday greetings. You said, happy blessed birthday to you, my black president. Great. Emmanuel T. Wilson from rehab around the former president house. Dwight, my southeastern sister, you are on from Minnesota. Yeah, it is the morning hours in your area, and you send your birthday greetings too. You said happy blessed birthday to the people's president, GMW, meaning George M. Weah. Thank you so much, my southeastern sister, Claudia Addison, and hope Dwight, rather, hope that you are faring well. And that takes me to Claudia Addison, also from the southeast, Delaware. You are on. Kpakpa, Matsekwe, Bernard Farm, Painesville, Papi Ed Skeeta, Dupont Roll, Elizabeth Thomas, Congo Town, Juliet's Coffee, Clara Town, the slum community where we have our origin. Estelle MG Plate from Plonker, Stephen Yakari, District 2, Lower Magibi County, Vinicius Bar, New Crew Town, Claude de Port, Ansu Fambula. Yes, you send your birthday greetings too, saying happy birthday to former President George Weah of the Republic of Liberia. May the Almighty God continue to bless, protect you and your family as you move forward in life. Enjoy your days, good. Ansu family, great one. Tomansi, we are Kofa, Upper Caldwell, Samoka Town, from by Tule, Jackson C. Poning Iron Factory, Block C Community, member of Block Titan Intellectual Center, the chairman himself, Roman Rico, is on, or Kenneth Boy, the Melting Pot chairman, the chairman that cuts across, the chairman for life, Die Hard Jowian, and the man is celebrating his president birthday in the area. That's great. And it's all over. The celebration is all over. We'll get to that. Patience, Wisner Lynch Street, Joan Mamalu, Gale Street, your business center, Usman Saw from your business center, Gale Street, Ibrahim Kurman, the Keke man, FC Barcelona. My dear, again, you are on. It's FC Barcelona versus PSG today. Patricia Zia from your office. All of you great people. Willem K. Sumawulu, you got a great day. Your mother is celebrating her birthday. We get that soon. Great people. All of you. And we can get started with our acknowledging one of the ladies who has been very supportive, very good, very kind-hearted. Doesn't like to be named, and that's good. But we compelled to do that. So, Orita Sunday Wikwire from Delaware, thank you ever so much for all that you do. We appreciate you. And thank you so much. Welcome to the show, Real Talk on Kings 88.5. Thank you all. We acknowledge your presence and your birthday greetings you continue to send to the president. The birthday celebration is taking place all over. Before we get started, yes, the former president celebrates his birthday today, and there is an advantage there. Also, great day too for Maria J. Dwyer of New York, Staten Island. You are celebrating your birthday today, madam. What a day it is. It is a blessing to share the same birthday with the former president, stand-up bearer, Congress of Democratic Change, and global icon, George Manon Weah. You share the birthday with him. Your birthday is on today too. Maria J. Dwyer of New York, Staten Island. Your son, Willem K. Sumawulu, is ecstatic celebrating with you today, and that's how it ought to be. Yes. The stand-up bearer is today, as well as every one of you who are celebrating on today. Your birthday is on. I try to get something very extraordinary, very special, but it's so hard. However, the acknowledgement is key because God in heaven himself acknowledged. Oh, Philip Nangwe. Okay. Your birthday greetings. You said, happy birthday to one of the greatest Africans to walk the earth, George Manon Weah. Great. Who else? Nina Koya. You said, happy birthday to my president, George Manon Weah. Stanley Bosso said, happiest birthday to you. His Excellency Dr. George Gritman Walking Weah, a.k.a. original landlord. Good. Isaac T. Achiweah says, happy birthday, King George Weah. McKimmie D. Harris says, happy blessed birthday to my black president. Who else? Patricia Brown says, happy birthday to my favorite Prezzo for life. Comfort Mancopa, happy birthday, Mr. President. Bapin Paul Lee, happy blessed birthday, Mr. George M. Weah. Fofana Hawan said, happy birthday, Daddy. Evelyn L. Dennett, happy birthday to you, Mr. President. Yes, Willem K. Sumawulu, your mother's birthday is on today. Maria J. Dwyer of New York, Staten Island. She's celebrating, or she's sharing the birthday with the world's greatest global icon, George Manon Weah. Good day to all of you who are celebrating your birthday. Former President George Weah, Maria J. Dwyer of New York, Staten Island. Today, October 1. You are celebrating your son, William K. Sumawulu is ecstatic, celebrating with you. That's great. So, many of you don't know, but it is very significant. Very significant. It's just not being born, but being born on the first day. The first day. Do you know that God works by number, and number is very significant? Not only that, the first is very significant to God in everything. Look it up throughout the Bible. So if you are born on the first day, it's extraordinary. More than anyone coming second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 20, 25, 30, 15, 20. It's very significant. The first, or coming to earth on the first, it has so much quality, so much significance. Just few, and then we get into the issue. The first day is associated with leadership, independence, and ambition due to the energy of the number 1. Yes. Some core characteristics and supernatural advantages of being born on the first day of the month, like global icon George Weah, Mother Maria J. Dwyer, and St. Andrews, even though it's not St. Andrews Pass, but July 1st. The first day, very significant. Ask God, ask the Bible, go inside and see the people that born on the first day. So just few core characteristics. Born on the first day, or being born on the first day of any month, those people are natural leaders with confidence and bold approach. Independence and ambition, they got it. They are goal getters. They got that unique human characteristic. They are friendly, open, and easy to get along. You see all these characteristics in George Weah. They are often described as independent, ambitious, and they are driven by their goal, and they achieve their goal just as they lay it out. Few but the many unique characteristics of being born on the first of the month. So if you were born on the first of the month, it doesn't matter. It can be December, January, March, April, May. The first is extraordinary. It's different. It does have biblical or supernatural implication. Watch it. Just look it up. Yes. So you celebrate. Enjoy your day. Maria J. Dwyer of New York, Staten Island. Enjoy your day. Make the most of it. Celebrate. Birthday, wedding, graduation, the call for celebration because of the significance. The celebration is determined by the celebrant. It doesn't have to be extravagant, depending on your environment or how you want to. You can. It can be extravagant, it can be moderate, but it's worth celebrating. You can wake up in the morning and say, Lord, thank you. That celebration, just as the former president did. And then your colleagues come and join you to give God thanks and praise. That celebration right there is determined by how you want it. So celebrate, make the most of it. The celebration is all over. When we tell you that Weah is the most popular person in Liberia, people don't believe it. It's not because this is Weah's station or we are in the opposition, but we see that naturalness, and it's just hard to bury that which is natural. Even if you are evil, it would just be difficult for you to bury because you see it before your very eyes. The celebration is taking place around in the various counties and simultaneous. George Weah did not send a dime to any one of those people. They took on the initiative onto themselves because they like George Weah, they like Weah, they love Weah, they see Weah as their guide, they see Weah as everything to them. Hence, they have gathered around using their own resources to celebrate the birthday of the leader. That has never happened for Joseph Yeman Boakai. Even presiding over the comforts of the country when his birthday came, nobody did that. They had just a single celebration at where the ministerial complex, but people everywhere celebrating Weah, everywhere. I was just running through some of them while getting ready to come on the air. They're celebrating him. So you enjoy your day. Maria J. Dwell of New York, Staten Island, and the former president, our own, the nation's own, the world's own, and every person who is celebrating on today, the 1st. Blessed, joyous birthday. Make the most of it. Psalm 119, verse 13 and verse 14. You know what it says? Check it up about a B-day. You will not see birthday there, but you'll see the making, the working of God. Let's start now with some developments out of Liberia, and then we are out. South African opposition politician Julius Malema has been found guilty of discharging a firearm or gun in public 7 years ago, an offense which carries a maximum sentence of 15 years in jail. In 2018, a video emerged showing the economic freedom fighters leader firing several shots in the air during his party's 5th anniversary celebrations, which took place in the country's eastern Cape Town or Cape Province. He was charged alongside his former bodyguard, Adrian Sima, who was acquitted. Julius Malema was convicted of hate speech less than 2 months ago and often lashes out at white minority in a country where 31 years after apartheid ended, racial tension still runs high. He has called for the seizure of white-owned land and argued that more should be done to transfer wealth to Black majority. Julius Malema was convicted of 5 offenses, including unlawful possession of a firearm and ammunition, discharging it in a public space, and reckless endangerment. The first charge carries maximum 15 years in jail. He was accused of firing between 14 and 15 live rounds on a stage in front of 20,000 economic freedom fighters, supporters. Kenya, the police there have offered a reward of 1 million shillings. That is approximately 5,700 United States dollars for information leading to the arrest of a suspected serial killer named Collins Jumansi Kalusha, more than a year after he escaped from police custody. Kalusha was the prime suspect in the murder of more than 40 women whose mutilated bodies were discovered in a disguised quarry that became a dump site in the capital, Nairobi. Shortly after his arrest, he escaped from jail along with 12 others after reportedly cutting through a wire roof. It caused outrage in Kenya, and the police are now facing renewed backlash over their failure to hunt down Mr. Kalusha more than a year later. Many Kenyans have questioned how he could have escaped on August 20, 2024 from what is regarded as one of the most secure police stations located near the United States Embassy and the United Nations offices in the capital. Renowned, yes, okay, so that's it. That will be doing it for that. That will be doing it for that. So let's get to events unfolding in Liberia. His birthday, significant birthday for the standard bearer of the standard bearer, George Weah, political icon, former president of Liberia, Maria J. Dwyer of New York, Staten Island. They are great people celebrating their day. Anyone who celebrates alongside the president the same day is blessed. Added blessing is unto you from God, of God, by God. Yes. Liberia. Renowned and vocal Liberian bishop of New Water in the Desert, or head pastor of New Water in the Desert, Kotu Brown, again has faced up to the Unity Party government against what he referred to as continued economic hardship the people of Liberia are undergoing under the government of Joseph Boakai. He argues that the government is doing little or nothing. Bishop Kotu Brown said, given the severity of the hardship in Liberia, Unity Party government under President Joseph Boakai should apply common sense. That's what he said. Common sense. Where do you find common sense? In the book of Common Sense, page 1. You want to open it. Common sense to address the high cost of living in Liberia. With just under 2 years in power, Liberians are battling rising cost of living, widespread corruption by public officials, a dwindling economy, and poor or bad governance. Bishop Kotu Brown, in his latest reaction or critique of the government to the appalling condition of the people, said with a reported drop in the exchange rate, the prices of basic commodities remain unreasonably high on the local market. He said, I should quote him verbatim, the prices of basic commodities are still high. Government should review the prices. The price of a $1 squash card is 200 Liberian dollar, and the rate is down. If the exchange rate between the US and Liberian dollar declines and prices remain unchanged, ordinary Liberians are the ones who suffer. Another quote from him, I am not an economist, but sometimes it is just good to use common sense to lead a country. Using economic jargon to solve economic problems does not work, and sometimes they are not properly explained, driven, or enforced. The New Water in the Desert Bishop Kotu Brown will also blame the situation on what he described as manipulation of the exchange rate by actors who profit from the suffering of ordinary Liberians. Another quote, those who are benefiting are the ones orchestrating it, meaning the hardship. Business people should be truthful. If you live in a society where 70% of the people find it difficult to live substantially, you need to keep the prices of basic commodities reasonable. He went on to say families are going through tough times under the Unity Party government, mainly parents who are unable to meet the needs of their children. Another quote from him, we have to address the plight of the children. They want to eat, but their families are struggling. We don't want superficial solution. We want real, credible solution. Government should make it work, and let's see the dividends for the ordinary people. Though that's the critique of Bishop Kotu Brown, the only pastoral voice or the only pastor who speaks out on issues nationally. As far as I know, the only Liberian pastor who is lambasted by the government, they bring him all kinds of names. He is the same pastor whom the Minister of Information said that for Rock of Ages, he been in Brave with New Water in the Desert Church. His church has not gone beyond New Brave, where it is. He went further to say, everywhere you pass, you will see Methodists, you will see Baptists, but New Water in the Desert, meaning he was saying Kotu Brown being around for very long time. His own church, he has not the leadership to expand it, but he has the audacity to put more on the government. The Minister of Information, he's on record saying that. But I told you people when he said that Kotu Brown wasn't going to be discouraged. Kotu Brown didn't miss his words in Ellen's administration. He didn't in Weah's administration. And it's not a surprise that he's speaking out because he had always been vocal. And he will not only criticize, but he will present or suggest solutions going forward. Again, it wouldn't be a surprise if Minister Pia, Minister Daniel Sano comes out to condemn him. But I like his consistency. He's fearless, he's bold, he's frank, and he's honest. Why? He is a Liberian. He has Liberians in his church that cut across party lines and every other. He is responsible to make sure that they have good life. And one of the ways he does it is to speak to the government. It's not wrong at all. It's not wrong to offer your position as a pastor, a bishop, whatever. Everybody is a Liberian. Everybody is being affected by government's court, the kind of decision they take, and on and on. You can be a pastor, even if everything is well with you. It doesn't say it is well with the people down the line who are your members. If it is well with you and the people are groaning in their hearts and they can have money, they won't go to church. If they can't have solution to the problem, they will keep worrying and worrying, and they will see the church as insignificant to go there because the church does not have solution. But the church does have solution, not the solution that the pastor will take and give, but the solution that the pastor will speak to the leaders of the land. And that's what Kotu Brown does. I hold Kotu Brown in high esteem because he has never been discouraged. He comes up boldly, say what he has to say, whichever way the government finds it necessary to respond to him. He respects the government's position, but it doesn't stop him from giving his critique. And no one can deny that we are not in difficult times under the government. Things are hard, things are difficult. Honestly, it will surprise you So yeah, that government officials too, we have friends in government. It's not because we are in the opposition, but we have honest friends. We have friends who admit that things are hard, things not working as they had a vision. But yeah, it's what they were, how they will encourage themselves. It will get better with time, but they will admit. Honestly, look at society. Look at some of your government friends. Look at some of your government relatives. Some of you go to your relatives. Some of you go to senators, representatives. You people are at their gate. What they tell you, they give you an excuse. Government officials, you will not find every one of them admitting, but some of them have admitted to the hardship, that things are not working. So when a pastor speaks and the government comes to criticize, it doesn't make sense because the reality is explaining itself. They told you that they reduced the exchange rate. Where are we today? It is gone. It is going back to 1,000 and beyond 1,000. Some area is 900. Some area 1,000. It's going back gradually. Get in a taxi and give the driver less and tell the driver you're giving him that money because gas price has dropped, and see what he will tell you. Do the same to a keke or a motorbike. The gasoline price, the price of gasoline is increasing again gradually. These are practical things that you see. It's not theory. Things are not normal. And the bishop couldn't have put it any better. We are attesting, you know, that things are not right, things are not well. But that's what it is. So the bishop was right. His criticism is intact, it's reasonable. The man who allegedly killed the police officer was taken to court today with every frequency, vigor, high spirit, great zest. I'm using all of these words because you know from where I'm coming. They did not show that energy, that zest, that frequency, that readiness, that upbeat spirit, that seriousness. They did not show it when McGill, it came out, J. Brian McGill alleged the rape. Today, they are still killing time on it. But because the guy went into the police officer and Gregory Coleman went there with all of his people, and then the lawmakers, justice minister, everybody went on the scene, they are fast tracking it. The guy, they took him to court today. You want to ask yourself, why? Well, that's it. You saw how the guy, they took him to court today. No time for Gregory Coleman to ask for prima facie and the rest of the people. We got to do that, we got to do that. They fast track it. They took him to court straight. The lawyer, his lawyer is arguing that the man cannot be charged for murder because it was an accident. It was an accident. But they ran with it. You see, it is not bad, but you want to use the energy for every situation. Brian McGill is being protected by the very police people. Brian McGill, by now, that investigation is not difficult, it's not hard. There's nothing there that would allow it to go 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. They are dragging their feet on Brian McGill case because they know that Brian McGill is wrong. He truly tampered with the gear, as confirmed by the police chief, Gregory Coleman, and he ought to be processed as quickly as possible and be in that court. but they don't want him to go in a court. That is a complete shamble. All that they're doing is a complete shamble. The police officer killed himself. Until police officers, traffic police officers can stop being reckless, well, that's it. That man goes to court, they can fast track it and find him guilty. He goes to jail. It will not bring that man back. Neither will it stop police officers from standing in from car because it is their life. You get people to feel uncomfortable and vexed when you do this thing, when you are so selective. When you make mockery of other people even, and you think you should take serious because you have some kind of interest or certain people go. They did all of that because of how it happened, and everybody went on the scene. Lawmakers then went to lay reefs. What a fun, what a mockery, fun fair, a joke. Ain't no rule of law in the country. Ain't nothing called moral standard. You got Brian McGill, you protecting Brian McGill, but you fast tracking somebody, you running with the man to court because an incident occurred at the bridge. So you're running with the man to court, but you can't run with Brian McGill. Today you stay asking for prima facie. This one, you can't take your time to ask for prima facie. What kind of joke, what kind of fun fair we on? Bad governance. Too bad of the kind of system we call system. Complete mockery, complete fun fair. Why are you fast tracking this one? You're running with it. You dump the man in court in no time. Brian McGill will go into almost a month now. But you can do nothing about Brian McGill. You're protecting him. You don't want to fast track Brian McGill issue. But you're running with the guy. It will not say, it will change nothing. The police officer gone. It over. You send a man to whatever the years in jail. He will go sit down there, but it will change nothing. You people need to sit down and try to be as honest with what you do so that criticisms would not be directed at the justice system, so-called, the security system, so-called. You people have created a scene, a culture that the people hate the police. Nobody created it but the police authorities. That people just hate the police. They look at what happened a couple of months ago between the AFL and the police. What was the chant? You hear the people saying, we want AFL, we want AFL. And AFL is not out often. The police is out often. So the first person you want to run to for security is the police. But the people don't trust the police. The people don't see the police as anybody they can run to. They trust them in no given way. Why? Because the very authorities created that. So they see the police as people they can run to. You heard it. The people started chanting, we want AFL, we want AFL. Meaning they feel secure with the armed forces of Liberia than the Liberia National Police. Look at the report that came out by the United States government, how damning it is with the police. Read the portion of the police. They talk about summary arrest, extrajudicial killing, and all the kind of stuff. It's not bad to allow justice prevail, but let justice not be based on sentiment, on closeness, on heightened tension, because justice minister goes on the scene, lawmakers then go on the scene. So you are moved by that to take the man to court as quickly as you can. When you have somebody who breached the law also, somebody who allegedly committed a rape, you stay protecting him. You're not fast-tracking his court appearance. And then you expect people to trust the system? if it is a system? No, that's not how it works. So they carried the man to court today, and his lawyer says the man, it was an accident. That's what his lawyer tried pushing, that the driver accused of killing the police officer, he said the incident, it was an accident and should not be treated as a murder. Simply put, it was not intentional, it was a murder, unintentional stuff. Okay. That will be doing it for that. Today is a great day, the birthday of the standard bearer of the Congress for Democratic Change, a former president, Liberia, and global icon, George Weah, the man who is the most popular in Liberia, that the sitting president is uncomfortable by his presence. You can do anything over there. You can even memorialize that place. You can even build a wall there and put the officer name there. How empty is that when you cannot take away or you cannot train the traffic police officer? There are too many police officers that die under different circumstances. They weren't giving the attention as you people are giving this officer. No, it's not to say that we support that. No, but we're following the events. That's injustice. God hates that. Treat every situation the same, with the same law. Treat every situation. If you can run with this man to court and want him to be charged, the court should charge him with murder. The same way McGill is accused of raping 14-year-old girl. You sat down, police chief, and told the whole world that you want prima facie, you're still looking for evidence. So why you can't look for evidence in that incident that took place? Be looking for evidence, we call for prima facie, then we'll know. But you don't be picking and choosing. It's not correct, because lawmakers then, justice minister then go on the scene. They lay reef there, so you're fast tracking. When there are other things that you ought to fast track. That way the people know that this whole government that pick and choose thing. That's how people are understanding it now. That the guy, the other man, they say from fire service, from fire service. Look at, just like no officer died from fire service. That man ain't get done. Just stop, man. It's not good. Let justice be done to all. Treat everybody the same. No matter the situation, treat everybody the same. So you can memorialize that place, you can build a wall there, you can do whatever. It will change nothing. It will not stop traffic officers from standing in front car because there's an area. What you need to do is to recall all of them, take them back to the police training academy and train them good. Secondly, the money that they take to use all over the place onto themselves, lawmakers then taking 75,000, 30,000, 15,000, they justifying that you now will look at it and increase the security budget. Do allotment to LNP to work in concert with public works to get street lights or traffic lights all over. That way, that one of the things you should be thinking now. Instead of going over there, lawmakers, that's a sham, complete shamble. Some lawmakers in other countries, they will not go there. They will now look at what can we do to prevent such. They will start finding solutions, practical solutions. So they look and say, the LMP, let's see what the LMP needs. If the LMP has this impediment, then we'd say, let's do an allotment for the LNP. Let's do an allotment of 50,000 or 75,000 to get work in concert with the Ministry of Public Works to have street lights at various intersections and others. To set up today, before we came on the air this morning, we were somewhere, we're discussing it this way. We were finding solution to the problem using other countries' models. That we're experiencing 24/7 electricity. For now, we accept because the real test is in dry season. So if we complete dry season and there's no interruptions, then we can conclude that we have 24/7 electricity. So you want to do a simple demarcation, or you want to centralize the various intersections, and then you get one office there responsible for traffic regulation. Those streets that are closed, the intersections, our country, the city is such that all of the streets are connected. So it will be easy. So what we were discussing, like you have Randa Street, that's Randa and Ashmore Street. Then you have Front Street connecting with other street. So you're all of the intersections around. Then the bridge, you build one sub office there, because you can have, we're not Europe, where you have the system built in a way, even as that, at various points everywhere. So if a driver commits a violation and that driver escapes, before he can get to the next intersection, the information is already there, because it is processed in less than no time, because monitoring is going on. The people on that side, they're not extra. God did not give them extra knowledge. They just know that development comes with taking less onto oneself and more into public service. So they put the money into public service. Unlike our country, Liberia, the people who are responsible for the allocation, they concern more about the number of houses they can build, the number of businesses they should have, the number of cars or the kind of cars they should ride. So instead of putting the money, making appropriate budgetary allocation where it is necessary, they can. Only when something happens, then they say, Mr. Presiding, Honorable Speaker, I move that we invite the Director of Police to come and tell us of the many accidents. Some of the things you done, we criticize Gregory Coleman, but honestly too, the police have its own shortcomings. As much as we can criticize Gregory Coleman and his people, let's admit, they have their own shortcomings too. Who should be more sensitive about the practical or technical aspects of these people? The lawmakers. That's why you have the right to call them and say, Mr. Police Director, you want to tell us what are your impediments? In other countries, they do that. That's how they go in committee room and all things there, and they know when the budget year is coming, they know how to make the necessary allocation. But these people will sit down, or they call themselves lawmakers. Only when something happens there, let's invite the Minister of Public Works to come and tell us. That just hearing. They just let to hear people from the executive going to them. That their strength there. While other countries, the people look at it. Look in other countries, we can see the thing when something happens. The people don't go show case. Immediately they find a solution. If that place will require a traffic light, and a very significant one with other things, they will ensure that it happens by going to make the necessary appropriation. Look at the various intersections. How cars are running into people, running into one another. Look everywhere. The police officers, they take risks. Police officers should not be standing on the road. But they are constrained to do it because no traffic light. And they have to regulate. Look at Freeport around Total. That is an intersection. Look how that place is jammed, that turning point. You see two police officers, one standing on the other side and another one standing on the other side of the road. And you have continuous, you have different trucks moving at intersecting points. What if one truck attempting to bend and then falls over? It goes on that police officer. That place is every intersection. Look at it around. Every intersection, there is a traffic light. The police do less. The traffic light does the work. You can blame the police too. Gregory Coleman trying with his man, even though he got his own attitude. But honestly, the police too, they are underfunded. The people have been complaining. Let fire service or the fire service boss, he complained that his people are being underpaid. But those are the people when a house is on fire, everybody expect fire service to move in no time and quench the fire. A life risks work. The man say the people taking less than 150. So they're taking $100, some people taking $75, some people $50. But then the lawmakers over there, they're taking onto themselves thousands and millions of dollars. The police officers, traffic police officers, they take risks. As much as it is not right for them to stand in front of car, we don't want them to be doing that. But they have to regulate because no street lights, no traffic lights, nothing. And they have to clear the traffic because everybody driving some kind of awkward way. The person will just go and stop. The man on the phone, the woman on the phone, she slows down to talk to somebody in the car on the other side, and then the other people on the line honking their horns. This traffic jam right there. So the police officers, the traffic police officers are constrained to come in and losing the traffic jam, which they should not be doing, but there's no traffic light. There's no traffic light. And not that it's not possible, it is possible, but they will never ever put the money there. They will not put the money there. The people, the lawmakers prefer that life goes on good for them than the safety of the very citizens. Why are they called lawmakers? They are the seers. They are the protectors. They are the ones who set the pace. They are the ones who determine the future of the people. And that's why they call the first branch of government. Not only that, but they are elected by the people. They are the people's representation, the people in them. So if they can do nothing but just take money onto themselves, then they are not concerned about the safety and well-being of the people. Not all of the time, Mr. Presiding, we are moved that we invite the director of police to come and tell us of the many accidents in the country. Our people are dying. Shut up. You need not say that. You just need to sit down over there and say, look, the police lack this. The police lack that. Police director, we need you to come and tell us what are your impediments so that we find solution for the safety of our people. You have to develop a preventive mechanism. It's not just inviting. What kind of legislature, the only strength they have to invite? I think Senator Yomli Kanga pro tem, I think in the previous administration, she raised the same issue. I think at one time, I can remember, I heard her saying to her colleagues that They should not reduce themselves as senators, as Senate, to just inviting people, but rather they should resort to being very pragmatic, sensitive of the plight and of the people. She was senator then, so she pro tem now. Forget it. She have seen the grease now running all the way to her elbow, so that one is not important again. But that's what you want to do. The people are out of Liberia. God doesn't favor them only and curse Liberia. They use the knowledge, the same knowledge that God gave them, the same knowledge God gave to us. Look at today, our country, look at the resources that we have. Yet the country is poor, and the country is still putting its natural resources at the disposal of the people from the other side, and they stay complaining that Liberia is making headway when Liberia is making no headway. Look at all the structures around. They are owned by foreigners. These buildings, all of these structures that we have, they are owned by Lebanese, Indians, Fulanese, and Mandingos, and all those people. Look at the various the sites of the natural minerals. Who you see on top of those things? Look at what is happening in Nimba County, ArcelorMittal. Look at the various counties. Look at B. Martin. Look at everywhere. What do you see? You see the foreigner hands, a grip on all of the natural resources of this country. Look at the nation's capital. They say Monrovia. Look at it. Does it represent a capital city? Look at the very place called the legislature. What the country is, what the country has. Not that it is cursed by God, but it is cursed by its own people because they're concerned about themselves. They're concerned about themselves. All of the lawmakers, they're concerned about themselves. Nothing extra. They go home with serene, so they don't have time. Not at all. They are not in traffic jam. But the lawmakers have to do something about it. They have to make the necessary budgetary allocation or support to those technical institutions, the Liberia National Police, Fire Service, and those other institutions that are on the ground, that have their feet on the ground. We at times we saw street lights, traffic lights rather. We saw traffic lights around at some intersections, though not everywhere, but at least, and the people were appreciative of it. But the maintenance became a problem because it works with 24/7 electricity. Not only that, but every point there is a central system that monitors the traffic. We will always have what we're talking about until we can have street traffic lights erected or stalled at various intersections. The traffic has to be regulated, and not regulated by police officer physical presence standing in the middle of the road, putting two hands this way. Show this hand means stop. The other hand means go. No, it's archaic. That way bad thing. When nobody was thinking about that way back when the people saw that police officers then were being knocked down by vehicle and move on, or some kind of accident. That's how they started thinking what needs to be done. That's how this whole idea of traffic light came into place to save police or traffic police officers. That's the solution you need. Not to go over there, justice minister, police director, everybody go lay reefs. We're too fancy in our country, too flurry, just to show up. No disrespect, but let's tell you that whole thing was a shamble. What are you doing after that? You lawmakers that went over there, what rang to you people mind? That's breach. That breach. Right after the breach, you have intercession. You have all of those things there. What do you need? You need a traffic light right there. Johnson Street Hill, police officers, they're standing over there. Cars coming from up the hill, containers coming from up the hill, coming down with speed. They have all these kekes, taxis, motorbikes, everybody just in a circle, police officer, traffic police officer moving from one keke to another, taking key, getting $20, $25 and have no time. Truck coming from over there, you hear the driver honking his horn, boom, boom. They're collecting from one keke to another, from one taxi driver to another. Either they're taking key or they're receiving their money. The solution to this thing is the installation of traffic lights everywhere. I'm telling you now, since you already know I'm giving you a solution, Kings FM is giving you a solution. That is exactly what will reduce those traffic accidents, traffic congestion, police officers being knocked down, and people moving, and civilians being knocked down too. Your installed traffic lights. The lawmakers now have to strengthen the police, have to strengthen the institutions responsible. Not just inviting the police director, let's invite the police director, Gregory Comer, to come and tell us. Call Gregory Comer and say, look, Mr. Director, what is it? What are your impediments? What do we need to do to reduce traffic accidents? How does this place require a traffic light? Public Works Minister, come along with the police director. Let's sit down and look at some of these things. That find solution. That's what you do. That's what lawmakers are. Call the police director, Gregory Comer, come. Roland Giddings, Public Works Minister, you come. What do we do? Give us a plan. We do the allocation. You give us a plan. How is it? Do we need a traffic light right after the bridge or Vitan? Do we need one at Freeport? A total gas station, because we see trucks going in, coming out, small cars under those trucks, all kinds of things happening there. Look at the Cinco area. The Cinco area, the police officer stands between 9th Street intersection, 9th Street, right at the gas station, stands in the middle of the road. You will put one hand up, meaning those who coming from Cinco will stop. Those who coming from town will stop too. Then those coming from inside 9th Street and those coming from the Jalatan side behind LBDR Bank will have access to pass. After that, then he put a hand up to the two extreme and say the other people, look at it, too raw, too archaic. That is an expressway. That place is an expressway. You don't risk police officers. A police officer should not be standing in front there. Go where look at Sierra Leone. See what Marabio doing. No wonder why Marabio getting money. Look at 2.2 the men collected. Why our president go sit on that side, nothing can come about story. Look at Sierra Leone. See how the men are laying out the streets. See street lights. Look at other countries around. Look at Weah, Nigeria. Look at Guinea. The whole city, not a single traffic light at any of the intersections. Some of the intersections so wide. No wonder driver there, everybody doing their own thing. The other man will just come. He feels that he has the right of way. Will just run through the intersection. Any mistake, he runs into people and kills them for nothing. The solution to that thing is not going there to put reefs down and feel sorry for, pretendingly. You call the police director, Gregory Comer, the Minister of Public Works, Roland Giddings, lawmakers just sit down and ask them, what do we do? They will give you people a plan. If Gregory Comer has impediments, financial impediments, he would say, if the Public Works Minister has whatever the problem, why that street lights or traffic lights are not on or needs to be on and how they need to do it, they will explain it. But you lawmakers, there where you people should be thinking. That is the essence of your work. Not to sit in that place there, honorable, you feel comfortable, people calling you honorable. Empty honorables. Not all, but some of the honorables are empty. You do something. You don't wait when there is a problem or the problem has happened. Then you say, let's invite the police director. Mr. Presiding, I move that if I can obtain the support of my colleagues, that we invite Police Director Gregory Coleman to come and tell this august body why there are too many accidents, why police officers are being hit. Then you think you be lawmaker, and I think you sound lawmaker. You lazy lawmaker. Lazy lawmaker. No sound lawmaker. Whole day. Let's invite the police director to come and tell this body. Rather, you call the police director, say, Gregory, please, we beg you, come over. Let's sit down and have some discussion on some of these things we're saying. Let's find solution to these problems that we are encountering. Police are being affected, citizens are dying, accidents all over the place. Come, let us work out a plan. That's how lawmakers think. And not to go and open a lecture session. Mr. Presiding, I move that if I can obtain the support of my colleagues, that we invite the Director of Police, Gregory Coleman, to come and tell us why there are deaths all over the place where police officers are being hit. Then you think you sound lawmaker. Now, you know sound lawmaker, you dull lawmaker. You sound. How long y'all do this thing? All day you're inviting your officials. All day, as if you people can take action. Call the police director, the Minister of Public Works, and say, guys, let's sit down. Let's have a discussion. Let's look at some of the problems, or look at the problems we have and find a solution. And let the police director tell you what he needs to be done. The 50,000, the 25,000 you're putting onto yourselves. You can use that to secure traffic lights. The government, a friendly government, any government, a rescue government, the government, a popular government, you can talk to some of your friends there. But you want to sit with the police director and the public works minister so you'll find solution. Well, we have traffic lights all over the place. It doesn't say it will stop accident from occurring, but it will reduce it considerably. We know that our society is not as enlightened, but I think we are gradually getting into enlightenment. So when a taxi driver sees the light on, he will stop. I think they have one at New Georgia Junction a couple of times. I was at New Georgia Junction. You see that it's working well. The drivers observe the red light. So what it does, it reduces any accident over there. Accident will occur because all of the drivers are observing the traffic light, and the traffic light is on. And that's good. So we need that at other intersections and vulnerable place. That will be doing it for that. Yes. Today is the first day of October, the birthday of the standard bearer of the Congress for Democratic Change, former president of Liberia, global icon George Weah. Celebration still taking place. Celebration is on presently, and celebrations are taking place around the country. Also, today is the birthday of Mother Maria J. Weah of New York, Staten Island. She's celebrating her birthday today, the 1st of October. That's great. Let's say happy birthday to you, madam, great woman. Your son is also celebrating with you. Very ecstatic, excited. Yes. William K. Suma William. Okay. Let's see now. Let's look at some of the comments, and then we go to the line. A birthday today. Great people celebrating their birthday. Great people. When you're born on the 1st, you are blessed. I say when you're born on the 1st, you curse. So I just say when you're born on the 1st, you are blessed. Yeah. God works with numbers, and one of God's numbers is 1. The second number of God is 7. God started with the 1st. He ended with 7. 7 is God's number. And yeah, 7 is God's number. Number 1, the first day, very, very significant. God works with numbers. You look at it in the Bible. He works with numbers. The next thing he works with is sign. So on the 1st, you are blessed. George Weah, blessed. Maria J. Weah, blessed. All of those who are celebrating their birthday today. The 1st of October, the 10th month, the 10th month of the year. Thank you, Rita. Thank you for the compliments. Thank you, Rita Hart. Philip Nangwe writes, the police is all about selective justice. Minister David Slobot, the law in this country. That's all he said. So you know what that means. Royal always vow, the very time the very Boakai insulted our Supreme Court and flogged lawmakers, I believe there is no law again in the country. So we are living by God's grace. For the pass away the same way, the free Moses Scott 2029. No. Okay. Okay, Amelia Delaney said, happy birthday, my black president. And you're following from Broville. For the pastor would say, if President Bouaka wants wisdom, let him ask our president, George Weah. Okay. So let's get to the line as quickly as I can. I will take as many of you in the next few minutes, so you don't want to explain history. You just go straight to the point. Then we are out. 0772 23 99 33 0777 980375, the women's line. Do not call 0886 3044 97. It is down. Call 0772 23 99 33, the women's line. 0777 980375. Let's start out of Liberia. Hello.
Hello, Brother Andrew. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, this is Emmanuel J. Nimne calling from Minnesota, USA. Brother Andrew, I want to wish our President, His Excellency, George Mane Fokekron, Weah. Happy birthday to you, Mr. President. We wish you more grace in your new day with your family. We say let God bless you, let God guide you so that you can carry us in 2029. Brother Andrew, to the issue, when it comes to the government of Liberia, you know the government always shooting themselves in the legs. You trying to fast track a case that will involve accident. What about the child that was shot in Weah? What about the people that were killed, King George? What about the rape case? It is because this man, the young police guy, he's a Masonic man, or because he's a United partisan. That is why you try to fast track this case. But the Liberian people are watching. The measure in which they carry on to serve the Liberian people, it is that same measure the Liberian people will measure and take them from power. I want to say thank you for the Liberian people, and I say congratulations to our President George Weah.
Okay, thank you. Straight to the point. Let's go to the side. Hello.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Sir Andrew, are you coming on, brother?
I'm doing good, thank God. And you?
I'm fine. Well, this is Eddie Kali. I'm calling you from Kanga Berin, Douala. You see, sir, thank you for such a deliberation. As you are saying, my brother, in this country, the lawmakers say they are our problem. Because they are not regulating anything safe. All the spirit function that they have, oversight, representation, and lawmaking. They are not exercising all those things. When it comes to the executive, they determine what they get. But every year they will increase their budget. But to seek the interest of the common citizen, they don't want to do it. We empower them and put them there. But they don't want to better our life, to do what is right. How long it will take to install a traffic light to replace it? But every budget year, they will increase their budget. They live in better life, eating fat salary. Okay, they are our problem same. See the whole comment today. All the resources are brought out. The house is supposed to be sent to with all the resources we have in this country. But say, let me tell you this. According to the reliable sources that I have, all the illicit money that going on in this country, those lawmakers are part of it. Let me tell you, say Andrew, the poor people in the federal country, in the 15 political subdivisions,
That carry on illicit money and they are having court.
But that is not secret. It's nothing to allege. It's nothing to put on sources. You saw the situation in Lima County when their own lawmakers, Yantuan, exposed his colleagues that go to ArcelorMittal to receive money. So anything they are aiding and abetting the exploitation of the natural resources of this country that has kept Liberia poor.
This is what the natural resources are not benefiting us. They're not benefiting the general public. Only a few handful of people are enjoying. So there's a need that we Liberians we should rally up. No same. At the House of Parliament, I think we need to stage a protest to call these people to order St. Andrew, to tell them that Liberia belongs to all Liberians. The resources are for everyone. We are blessed. We should enjoy it.
Okay. All right.
Papa, it's so frustrating, man. Thank you for putting the time.
All right. Thank you for calling to have a nice midweek. Hello. Hello? You are on the line, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to say happy birthday to our black president. He's talking to the most state of the Republic of Liberia, our president. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Charles Manor Weah. I wish you many more years and more blessings to come. Mr. Andrew, I think black is black against him work. They cannot give blood because it doesn't have blood to it. So we already eat that. We just got to bear to pray to God at the Savior. They might not be able to stay our country and the Savior singing that our praying God for Lord will continue everything upside down. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Edmund Cass. Cotto Brown, we are aware that he's not going to bow down. He's not going to be like Evan Snow, who they will scare him, and because of personal gain, he closed him off and he sat down. So, and what Cotto is putting on is the fight. If he talk about policy that will improve the livelihood of the Liberian people, it should be true for about it. You can get your tell raise price when you go check. The raise price is more than what you are talking about. You can come, you create artificial shortage of the Liberian dollar on the market only because you wanted for US rate to come down, and we should score are not happening. See what happening now. You know, suffocating us.
Yeah,
so
the rate going up again.
Yeah?
The rate going up.
Yeah. You know, the rate is going up. So every that you see is 920, 950, 900. So what we thought it was going to be worse, son, because mind you, October, November, all of the club, all of the susu will start putting the labor. So the guys are not clever. They're not smart. So when all of the money now are dumped on the market, you know what's going to happen? So we told them they were making mistakes. That was a sad mistake that they were making. So Dr. Brian is right, and we pray and trust God that He will continue to do this because we were calling on them to speak out, because in the past they were the voice for the voiceless here. You know, and then quickly today of police, you see what we talk about? Quickly, the guy have been charged. And that guy will be locked. They will put him in central prison because that's their interest.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't care what our lawyer do. That guy will not be vindicated. They will find him guilty. He will be beyond bar and he will be there. Look, the legislature, they are the worst. And in fact, they are not really knowledgeable. They wouldn't go into the position that because people, they eat the community, they eat the district, people vote for them. And what you need to do, you don't have the ability to employ at least 15. Can you take any person there that will be a professional person or a Democrat to be able to ably advise you? Look at the scenario. My first time hearing it. RIA go off, the guy go invite the people. When they come before, they say, oh, breast are down on the transformer, they carry the light. They have no idea to checkmate them. Then why are you inviting them? You invite the people, you can't explain it, if you explain it, you are clueless, you got no idea of what they are talking about, but you can sit there.
Thank you.
So, yeah, so let me try, man, to import the crowd, man, to help them. They're making the money. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Azul.
Yes.
Bravo, Mr. Azul.
Yeah.
I agree.
Fine.
I need to drink the country for calling from your town. I want to wish a great happy birthday to my president, Weah. May God grant him victory, give him long life, and let him continue to be our leader. I thank you for your program this afternoon. May God bless you all.
Amen.
Thank you.
Hello. Yes, hello.
Okay, this is Carl from Township of Westman. How are you today?
Great, great. And you?
Oh, that's cool. We are really in Westman now. But I clear over the station?
Yes, yes, you are.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. I want to say our president happy birthday. Former president just married Weah. I want to say happy birthday for many, many, many birthdays to come. They control man, they could never be power and say that I'm going power. The men going power, and we're going to be fun. But we are looking at the country here. Nothing is done with the devil. The devil is there where the devil is in the country now. The devil is working. I think we will be in that boy until that devil die. Thank you for so much.
All right, Chief. Thank you. Interesting. LRB political culture interesting. We're getting there. We're getting there. Hello. 2029, I'm fine again. Hello?
Saint Andrew?
Yeah, Sabato.
This is Wilson Sabato from Brunei County, also Jacob Weah.
Yeah, the great Sabato.
We are the people of the land.
Sabato.
The devil would not do anything to Labrador.
Sabato.
Labrador is Labrador.
Sabato.
Now he comes on the show. They go out the money. One thing he's not bringing again. It's starting.
Yeah.
Saint Andrew, we're talking to God. That let God promote every one of us. First of all, we got to go for that just Weah birthday, go birthday. Happy birthday to you, my boy. Happy birthday. And I see you in spirit.
Yeah, that's
Saint
true.
Andrew.
That's true.
Okay, thank you so much. I tell you, thank you so much. But we are seeing Saint Andrew and the great man, Anthony Alor. Let God bless you. I have nothing to give you, but just come and be with you. I tell you, thank you. In Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
Saint
Amen.
Andrew, I will call you. As I need something, I will call you.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sabato. The great Sabato.
Original Sabato from Brunei County.
Thank you, sir. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Saint Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Castle. I call from under the street light in Lower Johnson. Thank you for the fascinating discussion. Mr. Saint Andrew, let me say, and a happy birthday to His Excellency, and President George Weah, and wishing many more years to come, and that God bless you should continue on and consistently to shine upon his life and his family. So thank you very much. That's what I have to say today. Thank you.
Great. Nice one. Thank you too. Have a nice day, midweek. Hello.
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, Saint Andrew to the Jeremiah KP and I drink Foundation number 3. Thank you this afternoon for the discussion, my brother. And I first want to say happy birthday to George Weah, our president, because we can live and we can live forever. What I want to say is that, you see, the issue of the representative, those people there, whenever government comes to power, those people, they alone, their corruption, if it comes to corruption, once those people then, they need to be corrupt. The whole entire government is going to be corrupt. Because for one fact, the president, those people, if they put together, they have more power for the president. So now what the president needs to do is, he will make sure and get those people weapons and know the people that among those people that are really corrupt, and if they are in security, at the end of the day, the few people that be in between there, they cannot make any decision by themselves. So at the end of the day, the president will use that particular visa and be able to work.
You went on, Chief. Let's go to the women's line. Hello. Hello?
Yeah, my baby.
Yeah, my baby. Let's hear you.
Yeah. The time what you can't go to the development, get the development. You like it, what police looking at 100 hours and they found out it. The police were somewhere going the pool. They will tell you that we want to all. We the all that was you to complete our man. Me I said that I tell you, no, I'm ask you what come over. Yeah, that I think I was see already over there. They have a policy that all the film people that to clear they take it off. Why I want to say bad day. So I have to do something. That work is for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, yeah. So you say we are post street lights around.
yeah.
The people then they were taking the street light, they were destroying it. Then your United Party in opposition, then they were saying that we are importing any street light, the country dark. Oh, I get point.
We have a pop down there. The third is going to take up on that.
Oh,
that's
all right.
Yeah,
that's true. You read my message.
Why always the people can make answer that. All that person, simple, all that one that was there. The poor make one the time to pull the wire, the pocket the wire. Yes. So why maybe they said about the matter, I go there, put the head. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. You read my message. That's true. Hello. Hello,
Sir Andrew.
Yep.
Thank you for the topic, boy. You see the police people, they need to go for training. They need to be in the street that because they're not trained. They are like graduate coma. My name is Eric Constance. I'm calling from 12th Street. They're not trained. They were trained, they are coming misbehave, they are doing killing themselves. Yeah. Let's go to our governor president. Thank you.
Okay. Have a nice day. Hello. Hello. You're on the air, madam. Okay. So you aren't ready. Let's go to the men's. Hello.
Yes, Sam. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, and let me say good afternoon to those who are following the show. This is Hussein. My name is Hussein Keo. I join you from District 2 in Jacobstown. Sam, I listened to the analysis you make with and the recommendations. But let me say this. It's only important that we take a broader steps towards some of those challenging situations we have. Now, take for example, at the Bannerville Junction, you have a traffic light. Some second, you have a traffic light. New Georgia, you have a traffic light.
Badnosville Junction? No. New Georgia.
No, I said Bannerville Junction have a traffic light, Sam. I
can remember seeing traffic light over there, but I can confirm New Georgia Junction.
Sam,
but anyway, very seldom. Okay, I'm not disputing you, but very seldom on that side.
Yeah, okay. So Bannerville Junction has a traffic light. New Georgia, Pamuma, and what I call some of the second boulevard and other areas functional. But Sam, what would normally happen? Like the drivers who are in the different vehicles, they don't even understand the traffic sign. So you will need the police officers when the light changes to call a particular direction. Say, for example, people coming from town, when the light changes in that direction, the police will have to be there and call that group to come. Then the next group will wait. If the light changes from red light, the police will also call that group to go. So you need a police officer to be there because now many of the drivers understand the traffic sign. That is one of the problems. I think we need a workshop for them. More especially the same. I've noticed even the keke and the motorbike violating the traffic light. Even as on the second, just go there one day and stay and observe. When the light is red, the keke guys will pass through the light. Even sometimes it will make accident in the corridor there.
You're right. You're right, Hussein. You're making a lot of sense. We have seen all of those. But this is where the government generates enough money. And that cannot happen if you don't have a center to collect, to observe, or monitor. That's why they have the centers around there. What you're saying, I agree with you. It makes sense. You're right. But it's also a risk. You can get police officers standing there regulating. That way you have the intersection so wide and cars moving from one end to another people crisscrossing, pedestrians moving without observing the crosswalk too, all of those things. But when you have the center, if somebody violates, the center picks them up. So that no matter where that car goes, that car will be pick up, and whatever the fine for that violation goes into government's revenue. That's how the people generate money in those other countries.
Yes, you're right.
I
so
do
that's
not.
how it works. So that's a whole systematic problem, Sam. It's actually challenging.
Yeah, but you can do it, my man. Your government got money. You got money, my man. The president just came, my man.
The people can say, we say the cat or the dog should not eat the machine smell. So while it's true that we cautioning the police, we can also talk to the taxi. I mean, to the driver, the rider,
and the
pedestrians.
You
also caution them, to be cognizant of the fact that we have a traffic light, so that they can live in accordance with the light or the rule that is set up. That would be a good one too.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yep.
Yeah, my name is Alexander. This is calling from Plonga Broadview. Yeah, Mr. Andrew, I really want to know how the birthday will be celebrated today. Because if that president and Baka birthday, the entire world will know. So I want to know how Georgia birthday will be celebrated today.
Okay, a good question. So that the wrong place you call to find out. Wait now, my man. Wait now. Go to rehab. Then we are house here. We are not living here. The celebration can take place to the person's house. So you go there and ask the people. I want to know how the celebration here.
No, I don't want to ask
my man.
And more people.
Yeah, but listen now. But try to be normal now. Try to be normal. When
I'm normal.
I'm
normal.
When your stand-up bearer, when he president, when his birthday came, and he celebrated it, and you asked where it would be, and you knew. So go there, you ask where.
Yeah, you celebrated brother, but you put together you to say like a birthday. Even before he could become president.
Okay. All right. And you made a point?
Yes.
Yeah, my man, you see the thing, your unity party, my man, we are giving you fuel. They think I hear your bad way. Man, I see you, man. Hey man, cut off your radio chief. He said you won't know? Yeah, you should be abnormal to ask that question. Hello.
Hello, Sam, Andrew.
Yes.
This is Smile, we're calling from St. Paul's. Sam Andrews, I really enjoy you just now. Just now, we are really giving a yellow fever. Funky fever, what we are giving it. Nothing they don't have to think of, but just George Weah. And you will really put bad feelings in them every day. Every day that comes, you put bad feelings in it. And I want to say something about the police. You, the police, even though they are not there to stand there to call the people, to take the people and make them to cross because the place war, because the riders are so that kind of way. But if you catch any driver like that, take them, coming into the police station and let them pay the money. Just the other day to call where Johnson.
But it will be hard, Mama. It will be hard.
Yeah.
It will be hard. That one they call it tracking. It will be hard because no center, there's no monitoring room.
Yeah. They just on the street, they took the ball keke, the ball not do anything. He said the ball keke, give me $400. The ball can't get for $400. You put your hand in a place where the ball point your money I was in a car. Some Andrew, let me tell you, you see me here. I get paid to he had. He said Jesus can come down and say he give me that $400. He ain't going. I play with him. I coffee goods, and I just left. Crashing around. Everybody say yeah, that bad thing. You see, he's looking for you're not getting immigration uniform. Only thing I sorry, I know I be on me to take that man picture. I tell you, thank you, Papa. Let God bless you.
Amen. You too. Hello.
Hey, Prophet Andrew.
Yeah, man, Sisi.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear you, Dad.
How you doing, sir?
I'm great. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God for life today. So I want to say happy birthday to my President George, man, and we are super. Okay. Come on, get out of here. We are happy birthday. I want to say happy birthday to him. Oh, let God bless you. Let God guide them. I've covered the entire house with the blood of Jesus. I've seen it up. The old people will see it too. He will not lack anything that God gave him knowledge and understanding to lead the government to 2029. And to the issues, them I'm talking about the police. People went to that place to take a job ready. It will be the cup of tea. Nothing they took from there. Nothing. Big corn bread when they pour voice here, they ain't more bitter. When they not eat 4 pieces, then a whole breast cut off. I want to say to Sunday. They not get police officers selling in front of cars. They agree that we say sorry to his parents, to his wife and children. But what they doing in this country? You cannot stay in front of iron. Iron, none of human beings. And when you say stop, it will stop. I've seen the information they said that car for all the way. Just say that ball on the car we or Saturday. And they keep all the way down. Can you imagine obviously we don't do what you want their money or what they bought there so much or we set up on our table all the way to this thing and bring it to Vata and see that happen. So I was asking the question about my brother, Sam Andrew. So I said then I get code not to go and prosecute people, send them to jail in this country on a Boaka. Then we say the consider I bet getting our violence, I bet getting the people. What is really getting to court? And say you did it, you murder somebody. The thing I said that they learn accident. I said that I get to say, oh, you murder somebody. I said that it can fake anything. People that keep going in the fast. Today they are here working in the government. You are not going to court.
Masisi, they put finish with the investigation. That's why they go to court. The police say that murder.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Why it started to say that murder case is not an accident.
But that's the only accidents that occur. People, a person die, that they will not go to court. Don't mind them, man. Why didn't take the other accidents involving police and other people straight to court?
Yeah, they say our road go to say that because I say you make it out of Weah. What kind of people is this? They will get politicians. They carry a man to go. All the police men behind the ball. See, keep talking about he will feel he will get justice. Can you imagine? People can't put in the country. Let them the man is rape. They don't men from our culture to say he rape. They don't men to talking about.
Culture and tourism and information ministry. That CC. That UFSO.
Okay. There's no other ball is saying rape.
Oh, agriculture. The agriculture.
Yeah, they say you rape, and now they to forget it. They will treat they get, and the person no, and the person will use money to our son. Can you imagine that? But they come and say he get no evidence to person people. They are working in the government. They get our brother Joshua. It's bright daylight on the road, so they should working as people. No justice for Joshua. All the people that came in the country, what case did they change the cocaine labyrinth, so they did not get justice. You get one police officer before, I said they're happy, you hold that person and carry it and say, oh, you murder cases that. So I said they can cut the murder case now.
Yeah, so that's the new law now. That's the new law. That's the new law. Accident, any accident it goes to court. Yeah, any accident goes to court on murder.
Okay, then let's continue. If not stop the file.
Okay.
If not stop the file, then let's continue. Let's go carry this.
All right, Dr. CC.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, that's it. Thank you all. Your spies up. I appreciate every call coming in. Sekou Donzo left couple of lines. Okay, he confirmed what Hussein said about Nasve Junction, that there is a hatch, red or traffic light. He said he agreed with Hussein for once this time around. That he is a living witness. He visited that place, Bad Nasve Junction, and he concluded by saying, we are business. We're really traumatized, these guys. No matter how the madman I can call that question they do ask, he would know where we are celebrating a birthday. Don't be giving attention. Once you talk that kind of thing, we allow you to pull your stupidity out when feeling will pull you off. Yeah, when you respond to that kind of man, you're giving credence. Once a person comes with this thing there, just you are told when you're feeling it, you go. That's the best way to bring the clown out of a stupid person. Thank you. So this break, then we go home. This break, then we out.
Fellow Liberians, I have received today news of the evictions and destructions of our party headquarters. Unfortunate and regrettable as this is. I wish to encourage all Liberians, especially our supporters and sympathizers, to stay calm, remain law-abiding, and respect due process in the interest of our democracy, the rule of law, and the peaceful coexistence among all Liberians, irrespective of party, social, ethnic, or tribal affiliations. Fellow Liberians, fellow partisans of the Coalition for Democratic Change, today we witness yet another testament of the Unity Party government gross disregard for the rule of law. Emboldened by impunity, they continue to abuse power, testing our nation's fragile peace and democracy. Their list of violations grows daily, from police brutality against ordinary citizens to outright disregard of court orders. We must, however, take the high road. In the interest of peaceful coexistence, I urge everyone to remain calm, law-abiding, and respectful of due process, despite this partisan political mischiefs from the Unity Party government. In the legal battle over the ownership of the CDC headquarters, our party has always followed the rule of law and openly stated its willingness to abide by the court final ruling, regardless of the outcome. Yet, before the battle was fully exhausted, the trigger-happy partisans leadership of the police force, with direct instruction from Weah himself, spurred into actions. This was not a lawful eviction. It was a failed mission to destroy and erase the CDC in an attempt to fulfill their very wish Weah has repeatedly expressed to his lieutenants. While executing this criminal act, amid the cheers of their partisans, they failed to notice the loud silence of the vast majority of ordinary Liberians. Our people are in disbelief at this administration. Reckless behavior in its quest to consolidate power. Posterity will punish them harshly, while the loss of our office building is a setback. I want to emphasize that it is only temporary. We shall overcome this sooner rather than later. Thanks to your unwavering commitment, determination, and resilience, fellow citizens, coalitions, well-wishers, and sympathizers. Fellow partisans, do not be despaired. While we admit these are difficult times, our party has faced worse situations, even from the very same actors we see today, and we have emerged stronger. We shall prevail. The UP leadership under Weah are destroyed, but we are builders. A special national headquarters delivery committee is being established to immediately begin the construction work so that we can have a modern state-of-the-art new home in record time. We shall execute this while we embark on a national tour to inform our people. In my journey to heights, I have achieved. I've seen such hiccups before. We shall never waver. Together we will build. We are survivors by history. We are blessed with the spirit that overcomes even the most tragedies and misfortune. Remember the unity, strength, and identity of our party and coalition are not found in bricks and mortar. They live in the minds, hearts, and fighting spirit of our teaming supporters. Therefore, I call on every member of the party, our sympathizers, to mobilize and focus our energies on constructing our next premises. I must be clear, resist the temptation to take the law into your own hands. However disappointed we are by this outcome, I call on each of you to continue respecting the law and due process. Fellow partisans, well-wishers, and sympathizers, I am optimistic about the political future of our party. Together we will build a better home than for our party. So help me God. God bless Liberia. Thank you.
George Weah returns to the presidency 2029. The factors, the signs are not only clear, but are convincing. Every sign points towards Weah. All of the odds politically are against the ruling establishment or unity party government. Unity party itself is campaigning directly and indirectly for and on behalf of George Weah. Weah returns to the presidency, defeating Jeremiah Kwankun. Boakai will not contest 2029 elections. Weah faces a very weak, unknown plastic bag candidate in Jeremiah Kwon. I say dates, even though you say Ellen said the same thing, yet she contested the second term. Ellen's physique and Joseph Yeman Boakai physique are not the same. They are not in the same category. These are the words of his very vice president, who wants to hasten the time to become the president. And even if Boakai isn't contesting 2029, nobody in the race can withstand the political weight of George Weah. The vice president said the current president, his boss, will not contest 2029 elections, that he is going for one term. Whether that is a political fantasy or to get the debate on, I hold evidently, given Boakai's nature, he will not contest 2029. Not that we don't want him to contest. No, we want him, like any player, to contest. FC Barcelona is playing against Paris Saint-Germain, PSG for short today. And PSG got Ousmane Dembele, Dia, and the rest of the key players out. But Barcelona is sad because you got key players who they would have wanted to play. Everything wants to face a strong opponent. Weah never faced in his life weak opponent. So we want Boakai in the race, but Boakai would not be contesting. His vice president said that, but we will still need him in the race. Assume that he isn't able to enter the race. Sorry to say, you can argue it any way you want, wherever you are listening and watching. It's going to be a walk in the park for Weah. Nobody can face Weah and beat him. Nobody. Boakai vice president said that he will go for only one term. They know the reasons. The vice president wants to be president as quickly as he can, and he knows about the president's health. So he thinks that the president's health wouldn't allow him to enter 2029 and whatever eternally. It works in favor of George Weah, even with Boakai himself in the race. No, least to say, a man who is unknown, no relevance whatsoever in the county he supposedly come from. Whether they know what's going to happen or what is happening with their president, that they said he will not contest. He told them that he will go for one term. Whatever the situation, whether he's active, he's in his prime, he's prepped up, whatever the condition, they, under no circumstance, can be George Weah.
These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Boakai, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired. Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down.
So he did confirm that his boss is a dementia patient. He did confirm that his boss is suffering from dementia or suffering dementia, that he is a dementia patient. That's what the vice president said.
But the brain is going down. But the brain is going down. But the brain is going down. Good, 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 but the brain is going down.
We didn't say. He said they've been close to him from in opposition and now in the presidency. And what he said, the brain is going down, we saw several practical, embarrassing moments. We've seen it, several practical, awful, embarrassing movement of that dementia in his own country and out of his country.
You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, this is nature. Down the hill. This is nature. Down the hill. This is nature.
Simply put, his boss is declining by the day. Nature can be restricted, it can be postponed, it can be reversed, it can be nursed. It declines with time that his boss is declining. You'll say that statement was made when they were in opposition. Every statement made becomes new and afresh the next day. So he knows that. And I am only confirming that Boakai, I don't see Boakai contesting 2029. Argue it. We're seeing all of the signs. Apparently, the vice president in opposition, becoming vice president, look at his boss incoming then and now, that with the passage of time, with years coming, is going to have a serious, debilitating toll on him. And that's what we're saying.
My father, right now, I buy him paper.
Is a reference to say his boss has a serious medical problem. Did we not hear from nephew, dependable nephew, Herman Costa, of his medical problem and the severity of it? The vice president would say, coming from opposition, and the president said at that time that his boss in opposition and now suffering or wearing pimples.
Every day I gotta buy a paper. There's a man who bought me paper before. I'm buying paper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he said when you run for one term, and run for this. And he said when you run for one term, and run for this. And he said when you run for one term. And he said when you run for one term. And he said when you run for one term. He said when you run for one term. He said when you run for one term. And he said when you run for one term. And he said when you run for one term. And he said when you run for one term. And he said when you run for one term. And he said when you run for one term. And he said when you run for one term. 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 He said it. I agree with him. 2023.
I agree with him. He agreed, meaning that what they plan. 2023, he said no. So he did not want Boakai to contest 2023, or the condition is 2023, when you win, stay out of 2029. Or since the time I wanted you to run, you didn't, 2023, no. So let's assume that Boakai didn't contest 2023. What would have happened? Will Jeremiah Combs step up to the plate to contest against George Weah? Come on. He did pride himself like he is a political heavyweight in this country when he is unknown. Assume that Boakai didn't show up 2023. Who will have stepped up to the plate? He was just a mere businessman. No one knew him. No. And there was nobody, absolutely. No face for Unity Party. That's why they forced Boakai at the risks they took. And he himself embraced the risk. Now that risk is affecting him. Given all that we've seen with the passage of time, I'm not saying that I do not want But these are serious political indicators or factors. We've seen them of presidents around the world who look at Paul Biya. He still wants to contest. He's frail. He's sick. Our president isn't well 100%. All of us know that. The people out of this country know that very well. You can do nothing about nature. When you are declining, it is a serious factor. It is a weapon against yourself. And Unity Party people know that very well. That's why they're hoping and praying that Bwaga remains as he is going into 2029. His vice president does not want. But whether he contests or he doesn't, none of them can beat George Weah 2029. They have campaigned, they stay campaigning, and they will continue to campaign for Weah. They are campaigning for Weah, but they do not know. They are campaigning for Weah, but they do not know that they are campaigning. I explained some of those factors. Those are real factors. Take that to any political scientists around the world. They will tell you the same thing. We might just be using different language, but the idea will be the same. They are working. Everything is working for the good of Weah. You will see the atmosphere. Let all of us pray for God's protection going into 2029. You will see the atmosphere. You will see these factors in place. And you will reference some of the factors and say, these are some of the things Sam Andrews was talking about as pre-2029 in his analysis. George Weah returns to the presidency. I am not feeding on his vice president opposition expression because he made that when he was in opposition, didn't want Boakai to contest. So he was very damning of Boakai then. I am talking about this factor from my own seeing of Joseph Yema Boakai. And he knows that very well. Doctors have spoken to him. They know that very well. Nobody, Boakai stands with Weah in the race, Boakai will be defeated. Boakai isn't in the race. Jeremiah Kuhn stands before Judge Weah. The margin will be a gulf. If you know what a gulf is, it would not be a tsunami, as they would say in Hebraic. I go for gulf. Gulf. God used the word gulf. And if you know what a gulf is, then a gulf is 10 times tsunami. None of. And that is why they are fighting. Look at them. One, they are fighting to prop him up, to keep him up to that time, to see. Two, they have been discussing alternatives. And if you look at the political atmosphere within their circle, there's divided opinion. One group against the vice president, who they see as taking over just in case by the succession clause. Another group that feel nothing should happen, their vested interest should remain strong going into 2029. That way they can maintain. And there is the group, the third group, whatever. If Boakai goes, fine. If he doesn't and Kung goes, fine. So they are in the middle. These are the three groups within Unity Party presently. 2029 going into 2029 will work, as evident by the early signs we are seeing in favor of George Weah. He returns toward the presidency 2029. Thank you. That's how we go home. Oh, lest I forget, the world's greatest team, FC Barcelona, is playing today, PSG, in the Champions League, October 1. Barcelona is a blessed club, sharing the day with the standard bearer, former president and global icon, October 1. You see, Barcelona is a blessed club. Barcelona plays PSG today, this evening, 7 p.m. Liberian time, in UEFA Champions League. So, yes, we hope to win that game. It's going to be tough, even though both teams have absences. PSG got several players absent because of injury. So too is Barcelona because of injury. But it's going to be tough. We faced them before. We subdued them. The only time they beat Barcelona when we conceded a red card from a sloppy, reckless, and careless play by Rano Arrojo, a central defender. So they capitalized on that because we weren't strong beyond that, because we were lacking the numerical strength to face them. So they overpower us, and they won. Even it was a slim margin, they could not really walk over us with 3-4. Again, we face each other tonight. Barcelona is playing at home. Yes, not the new camp, because new camp is under construction. The guys in Europe, oh, look, I can see why they make millions of dollars and they put those millions of dollars back into, they invest it, and then they have the return on their investment. Unlike this place, the guys, look at the guys they are building. Arsenal got through with their stadium. Atletico Madrid, they got through. They left from old stadium to a new one, the Metropolitano. Real Madrid upgraded the stadium, and teams all around, what they generate, to put it back. Unlike our country, we just put in pocket, put in pocket, put in pocket. Now, when the national team is playing, the stadium is empty, and everybody going to watch Real Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, Napoli, Inter Milan. Then the people here say, oh, Liberians like European football. Liberians are not attracted to European football simply because there isn't football in Liberia. They are attracted by organization. Organization attracts people. How you organize yourself, it's like a magnet. Organization like a magnet. It attracts people onto you, and they always want to see you. They always want to be around. That's how these European teams are. Tonight, Barcelona and PSG, about 60 to 65% of the world's population will stop everything they are doing just to watch those two organizations on display. So say again, happy birthday, blessed and joyous birthday to the president, the standard bearer, the global icon, George Manan Weah, as he celebrates his birthday. I was looking at a couple of things. You know, the man like dancing. I told you about people who born on the first day, some of the characteristics, the supernatural characteristics. They're easy to get along. They are friendly. They come alive. They make people laugh. They do a lot more. I was just looking at some of the men in his house. He's speaking Kalasco. They're dancing. The man knows how to make himself feel happy. And listen, if you can make yourself feel happy, whatever the situation, chief, you will die. No, another person cannot make you feel happy. You make yourself feel happy. Whatever the situation, whatever the event, birthday or what, you just make yourself feel fine. Whether you have birthday or you don't have birthday or whatever, just make yourself feel fine. Just flow on. It refreshes your system. It makes you so like you are so unique in yourself. It takes away a number of stress. You see the man dancing, the man enjoying his oh God in heaven, he said again a nice time. Say yes, that's good. Go on. Because that's what God said in Matthew 6. He said, can the man worry? Come on. The man said, don't worry. Enjoy yourself. Whatever the occasion, make yourself feel fine. Enjoy yourself good. In Ecclesiastes, that's what he said. He said he created life for enjoyment. He said, go away, enjoy yourself. Merry make. That's the word he used there, the phrase. He said, merry make. So if you get married, make you finish your be worried. We had knows how to make be fine. Enjoy the Hey, so see ya, man. We are returns 2029. Yeah, see ya. So let's do it out again before we go for William K. Sumawulu. Your mother is celebrating her birthday today alongside the global icon, a blessing for her, Maria J. Dwyer of New York, Staten Island. That's great. We say happy, blessed, joyous big day to you, MJD, and the man himself. And this is a pre-one from one of us, Newton Tokwa. Newton Tokwa celebrates his birthday on the 9th day after, after George's. The French people can say Georgia. 9 days after Georgia, Newton Tokwa celebrate. Yeah, you can't celebrate the same day, the data. So that disrespect traditionally. So Newton Tokwa celebrates his birthday 9 days after the global icon George Weah. Pre-birthday, happy pre-birthday to you, Newton Tokwa, as you get ready to celebrate your birthday. Yes. So that's it. Thank you ever so much. The news is on at 6. Join us for that if you can. And then at 6:50, Isiaka Sharif is in with CDC Hour. You don't want to miss out on that. And then the night, you know exactly what it is. The unity of the land, the light. Anthony at Law, A.B. William is in with Face the Issues.